up, y'all? Bring you guys another video. So who do y'all think would have won in a fight between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Marcus Chino Maidana back, let's say 2015 at 154 pounds, or maybe a catch weight, you know, between 147 and 154? Because at that time, I think Canelo was still fighting at 154, and Maidana was recently just finished his rematch with Floyd at 147 pounds, and right after that fight, that rematch, he retired. But let's say he did not retire and they fought back in 2015, which was a very realistic fight considering both fighters were under Golden Boy Promotions at the time. So it definitely could have been made, but obviously it never happened. And recently, Maidana and Canelo were spotted together, as you guys can see by the photo, over in Vegas. Maidana is there currently in Vegas to attend the Canelo versus Bivol fight, and yeah, who do you guys think would have won? If you go back, Maidana, I don't know why they used this photo, man. Who's in charge of BoxRec? Come on, man. Why use this photo of Maidana? Why? It's like, oh my god, bro. But anyway, so in 2014, he fought Floyd not once but twice. First fight was a very close competitive fight. I can definitely see you arguing he won that fight, but in the rematch, he clearly lost the rematch, in my opinion. After that, he pretty much retired all that Mayweather money, and he hasn't fought since then. There was a time where he was planning to do a comeback sometime within the past few years, but it did not happen. And honestly, I think it's a little too late for Maidana to come back now. But you know, he was one of the top fighters at 147 back then. Definitely one of the top contenders. He gave Floyd a tough night, the first fight, and the second fight, you know, Floyd kind of adjusted more, was boxing more, but he was still one of the top contenders, especially, you know, after beating Adrian Broner. A lot of people still remember that fight. Oh man, I think a lot of people were happy about that one. First time Broner losing, with all the, you know, the haters of Broner. A lot of people were happy that Maidana beat Adrian Broner. And Canelo at the time, you know, Canelo has risen to become the #1 pound-for-pound king in the sport of boxing today. But if you go back all the way back in 2014, you know, he fought the likes of Pedro Angulo, Erisandi Lara, at his catch weight of 155 pounds. If you guys remember that, he was fighting at a catch weight at 155 for, I don't know why. It does not make sense why he was fighting at 155, because he could have, you know, he could have made 154, but for whatever reason, he was fighting at 155. And you know, he could have fought Maidana. He was coming off a loss against Floyd back in 2013. 2015, he had that big win against, dominant win against James Kirkland, big fight with Miguel Cotto. Again, they could have fought at 154 or at the catch weight around 150 plus. And if they were to have fought, man, I think Canelo would have had actually a pretty tough night. But in the end, I think Canelo would have won just because of the size advantage. But still, it would have made one hell of a fight. It would have made one hell of a fight. I can't recall a lot of people really demanding it at that time. I think most people were still demanding Canelo to fight a rematch with Lara, you know, to go to 154. And you know, Maidana retired after the Mayweather fight, like I said. And you gotta respect that. I mean, he retired on top of his game. Didn't want to take any more punishment, but he could have definitely made more millions if he continued fighting, for sure. Anyway, again, if they would have fought back in 2015, I think the size difference would have beaten the difference. I know it looks like Maidana is big right now compared to Canelo, but back then he was a naturally smaller guy. So anyway, I just thought I'd share my thoughts, and let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And like always, have a great day. Alright, thanks.